Hi guys, let us talk about dictionary comprehension. Before we do that, let us create a double dimensional list. So this is how we create. So for I in range, I would say 111. Okay. And then, okay, let me write num here. And then here, what we will write? We will say for I in range 1 to 11. Correct? Good. Now I say I into num into I. When I invoke this, what happens? These are the tables starting from 1, ending with number 10. Now what we can do is this very line we can use and make necessary changes that will give us a dictionary comprehension. So what first of all, remove this bracket, outer one, replace it with a brace. Same here. Now, when we write like this means that we are going to create a dictionary comprehension. Then here, this is fine. Whenever we talk about dictionary, we have to talk about two things. What is the key and the value pertaining to that particular key. So here if I write num, what happens? And then I have to write here colon. See num, suppose num is 2, then this particular, this stuff will talk about 2 1 ja 2, 2 2 ja 4, 2 10 ja 20. So this entire thing once gets created and it is clubbed with its key. What is the key? 2. Then 3 1 ja 3, 3 2 ja 6, so on and so forth. And then that will get clubbed with 3. So let us run this and just see how it works. Now this is how it is. Now we have keys here and every single key has its corresponding value. So if I talk about 5, now 5 contains 5 stable. 8, this is the key 8 and it contains 8 stable. Very good. So let us store this in a variable. We will call it as D1. Correct? Now what happens is we can always seek, we can give a key and we can get corresponding values like this. We can write something like this. Fine. Now what we want to do is we can give any key and if that key is existing, we can get the values pertaining to that key. But if we want to traverse the entire dictionary, first of all, if I write this variable, I'm given the entire dictionary. This is the entire, this the whole lot belongs to that particular dictionary. That is fine. But I can also traverse like this for k v in d1 items. This we already saw. So write k and v, right? So this colon has been removed because that will be visible when we write dictionary name. But what we are doing is this items gives us key and value. So this is that key is stored here in k, value is stored in v, and I am flashing this. We could have also written something like this for k v, or I can say only k in D1. This time I will take only keys. Only keys are coming. So what I will do? I cannot write k. If I write k, what will happen? I'm getting only keys. What I will do with the keys? So what you can do is, of course, maybe if you are interested to have this key fine, then you can also say D1 k. So what it will do? It will bring the value that is there with the key 1 and then with 2, so on and so forth. So see, this entire thing has come. Good. So this is how list comprehension, this is how we write list comprehension, and with a little tweaking, we have converted this whole thing into a dictionary comprehension. What changes we made? Two. These outer brackets have been removed with this braces, a, a couple of braces, and then here we have written colon because we did key. Correct? Now we can do one thing. Can we convert these values into keys and keys into values? Well, we can do that, right? So how we'll go about that? Say, for example, we can write something like this, right? For K, V in items. So of course, when we talk about that, what we are going to get? We are going to get key and value that we have seen. Then what we will do is we will not print it out. So we will create a dictionary like this. And here what we will do? Here I will say my 2D2 V. Well, look what is going to happen. Okay. So what we are doing is I am telling that my list will be the key and my key will be value. And let us be ready for an error message. So what it says? Unhashable type. You cannot have list as key. So what we can do is this V we can convert into a tuple and run it. It got created. Okay. So each and every value has been converted into key and each and every key has been converted into a value, right? So this is how it is. Now these are keys and these are values. And you know what? In this sort of scenario, I cannot write D2 and then I will have to give like this 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. This is my key I'm giving and telling, okay, give me a value. Look, it is not convenient to give keys like this. First of all, we will never have keys of this sort, number one. And even if we have, how to write this? So here we will have to write something like this: key k comma y in D2, I will say items. Okay. And then I will say, this is the key, please give me values. So I get it. Okay, where is that? D2 K. Okay, I have saved, right? Okay. So key, these are keys and these are values. So let me take only values. So I say D2 K. So what happens? I'm getting only values. I'm getting in K keys and in V values. So what I'm saying, D2 K. K is basically what? All these tuples which have been, put as key. Now I'm getting values. This is only to emphasize on the point that we can have tuple as a key, but practically it will be very difficult to deal with such keys. So we have to remember that. Okay, now let us write a complex dictionary comprehension. So what we will do? So let us try to store patterns in a dictionary. Now, what we will do is, say for example, we will write a small function, something like this. Say I'm saying pyramid, character, how many lines. So in the pattern, what should be the character and how many lines. So we will create a pattern like pyramid. Okay, it will be clear once this function is written. So I will say increase equal to 1, and then I can say pattern. Basically, I'm creating a, a list. Okay, so for I in range, I will say lines. Now, what we can do, I will say pattern dot append. I will say enter character multiplied by INCR. I will run through the entire code. Let me first finish and +2, and then I say return pattern. See what is happening. Assuming that while invoking this function, user gives star and then he says, I want 3 lines. Okay. So what will happen is we will go till 3 lines. That means this iteration will take place thrice. So once it is 0, then 1, and then 2. Thrice it will run. And first what I will say pattern dot append character. What character? Star multiplied by increment. How, what is the value? 1. So 1 star will be appended in this pattern. And then I say increment is equal to into, sorry, increment is equal to increment plus 2. My increment is 3. Now what happens? I go there and now this time I will enter, first I entered 1, now I will enter 3. Next time I will come and I will enter 5 times because 3 plus 2 will become 5, and then I will enter 5 stars. So, and then this loop will be over. We will come out and we'll say return pattern. So let us see whether this function is working or not. So pyramid, and then I say character star, and I say I want 3. See, so I have stored in a list first single star, 3 star, 5 star. Suppose if I write only 1, 1 star. If I write 2, then 2 lines. If I say like 7, then 7 lines, right? 1 star, 3 star, 5 star, 7 star, so on and so forth. Good. Now what we can do is we can like invoke like this, right? I keep changing the values and it is giving me. So let us do one thing. We can sort of create a dictionary now. Now, what exactly I mean? Creating dictionary means in the dictionary, if I write key as say 5, I should get 5 lines. If I say like write 8, you should give me this pattern. So how to go about that? So let us write that. So first of all, when we have to write dictionary comprehension, we have to start with braces. So what we'll do? How many I want to create? We can create as many as we want. So maybe we can create 1 line to 10 lines. So for I in range this, okay, it will iterate 10 times. Good. Now what we will say is I will say invoke that function. The name of the function is what? Pyramid. You invoke that function and pass star, and then here pass the value. Which value I will pass? I. See what is happening. My pyramid function will get invoked with 1. I will get 1 star. Second time it will get invoked with a value 2. I will get 2 lines. That means star and then 3 star. Third time it will be invoked with 3. Then I will get 3 lines. 1 star, 3 star, 5 star. So till 10. So when 10 goes, I will have 10 lines. 1 star, 3 star, 5 star, 7 star, like that. Okay. This is okay, but if I write list comprehension, if I am writing a list comprehension, it will be like this. Correct? Very good. So what is happening? First, Then second is what? First star, 3 star. So how many boxes I have in this double dimensional list? 10. But that is list. For dictionary, what I have to do? Let us make necessary changes. For dictionary, I will write this brace, open, and here you close. Good. For dictionary, we have to do another thing. We have to have key also. So what key I will have? Very simple. I will have this number. 1 will give me a pyramid of 1 star, right? One line. If it is 2, it will give me a pyramid containing 2 lines. If I give 3, it will give me a pyramid of 3 lines. So my dictionary is ready. Let us see. So yeah, dictionary is ready. All these keys are there. Now what I will do is we can store this with a variable. So let me write D2 or anything for that matter. Now D2 is already ready. Correct? D2 is ready. Good. So how we can invoke that needs to be seen. So what we will do is, let us check. We wrote what? D2, right? D2, 5. Wow, this we are getting. D10, this we are getting. Now let us really make pyramid. How we will make pyramid? So we will write a loop for I in D2. What you want to write? Well, if you want to give only one value, okay, you give one value, static value, that's perfectly fine. So when I say D2, see what is happening. 8 when I say. This is what I'm going to get. Okay, then what I will do is I will say print I center align it, take 50 spaces and fill. Look, the total number of characters taken will be 50 and it is going to get center aligned. So wherever there is no content, you fill with spaces. See, 1 star comes, I am saying 50. So what will happen is there will be 50 characters printed, but you have only 1 star. All other things will be filled with space. Then when 3 comes, all the empty spaces will be filled with space and 3 star will be printed. So what happened? Just see. Look, what is happening? This is how we are getting, right? 1, 3, then 5, then 7. That means I have stored this pattern against key 4. 4 lines, 5 lines, 6 lines. So I want to print all the patterns starting from the beginning to end. What we can do? We know how many patterns we have. I in range. We have 10 patterns, right? See, we have 10 patterns. So let us go there. We will take one by one and then we will say key in. What we can do? We'll say D2I. So it is taking first. This will come. This stuff will come. Then what I will do? We write print K dot center, that is center align, and then maybe I will say 50 and then I will say fill with, I can write under dash. So what happens here? Just see first, then second, then 3, then 4. But there's a problem. We are not able to really make out when it is ending. So when it is coming out of this loop, here we will print what? Simply print one space and then see what happens. See, 1 line, 2 line, 3 line, 4 line, 5 line, like this. It keeps on going till we have 10 lines in place. See, these are 10 lines. And this is how the pattern has been stored. And we are seeking this pattern from dictionary. So let me repeat. If you want only single pattern, suppose I want to only print 10, then what I will do? I mean, that is very simple, right? I will simply go and write for I in D2 10. I will write 10. Okay. I'm getting that. And what I'm going to get? I'm going to get this pattern, right? These things I'm going to get. This is what needs to be decorated. So how I will do that? I'll say print I. Maybe I can write justified, not R just means write justified. And then what I'll say? How many spaces total? We'll say take 40 and fill the blanks with equal to sign. Just see what happens. See, this is the right align. Now, if I have to left align is already there. So what we will do left align. But anyway, check. This time I will do left align and here I can pass 9. I can pass anything. Then I will say left align. Okay, this is how it is. Okay, now this, when there is a space, I can say print nothing. Space will come. If you want to print, you print whatever you want to print. I can print like something like this, greater than sign. This comes, right? So whatever needs to be done can be done. I can write dot. So there are many pieces over here, whether it is left justified, right justified, center justified. How many characters you want to print? And wherever, after doing justification, right, this, wherever characters are not there, what you want to fill with. So I said fill with a dot. Now, here if I write center, it will get center. And once I write center, it will look like pyramid. And then I'll say, now I will say center. Okay. And you say, no, I don't want dots. So just give a space. If space is a must, you will get error message. You have to give at least one character here. So a space is also a character. So I'm getting printed. See, this is 10 lines. So this is how we can also store patterns in a dictionary. So that's it. Thank you for watching, and I will see you in the upcoming video.